Brazil's next big clash is set against Japan, and the excitement is already building. Fans have been waiting eagerly to see how Carlo Ancelotti, Brazil's world-class coach, will line up his squad this time. And from what we've gathered, we already have a strong idea of what the starting 11 will look like. So in today's video, we're diving deep into Brazil's possible starting lineup for their upcoming friendly against Japan. We'll break down each position, talk about who's likely to play, and why Ancelotti seems to be sticking with almost the same squad that impressed against South Korea. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because this lineup has the perfect mix of youth, experience, and superstar flair that could spell real trouble for Japan. Let's begin with the one position where we actually expect a change, the goalkeeper. Against South Korea, Alisson stood tall, but Carlo Ancelotti has already made it clear he plans to rotate goalkeepers in these two upcoming friendlies. His reasoning? To test his options and give more players the chance to prove themselves ahead of bigger challenges. That's why we'll most likely see Hugo Souza starting between the posts for Brazil against Japan. Now, this is particularly exciting because Hugo hasn't started for Brazil before. This will be his first time in the starting 11, and he has a reputation as a penalty specialist. The Brazilian press has already been buzzing with curiosity about how he'll perform under pressure. If Souza can deliver, he may start to cement himself as a reliable backup option, or even more. Moving on to the defense, Ancelotti seems reluctant to make changes here, and it's easy to see why. The backline against South Korea looked solid, disciplined, and well-coordinated. At right back, once again we'll see Vitinho. While he did start a little shaky in the opening minutes of the last match, he quickly adjusted and became one of the standout performers. Statistically, he completed the highest number of tackles in the match. 3 out of 3 successful tackles. A perfect record. That kind of defensive sharpness is exactly what Brazil needs against Japan's quick wingers. In the center-back positions, the reliable duo of Gabriel Magalhaes and Eder Militao is expected to start again. Gabriel might have picked up a yellow card in the last game, but overall, his defensive work was crucial. Militao, on the other hand, impressed with his discipline and smart positioning. Together, they form a rock-solid partnership that Ancelotti trusts, and it's hard to imagine him breaking that up for this match. On the left flank, Douglas Santos will likely keep his spot. While he's been consistent, some fans have been calling for Carlos Augusto to be given a chance, given his quality and attacking ability. But based on recent training sessions, Douglas seems to remain the preferred option. Still, this could be an area to watch, because Ancelotti might want to experiment later on in the game. If Brazil looked dominant against South Korea, a lot of that credit goes to their midfield. The pairing of Bruno Guimaraes and Casemiro worked like magic. These two brought balance, stability, and creativity all at once. Bruno was directly involved in Brazil's first goal, delivering a perfectly timed assist that opened up the defense. Casemiro, on the other hand, controlled the tempo and even provided an assist for the second goal, linking up brilliantly with Rodrygo. This double pivot is proving to be one of Brazil's strongest assets, and there's no chance Ancelotti will drop either of them for the Japan game. What makes this midfield partnership so effective is the contrast in their styles. Casemiro provides steel, composure, and leadership. Bruno adds flair, passing range, and an eye for chance creation. Together, they dictate the rhythm of the game and set the stage for Brazil's attackers to shine. And speaking of attackers, let's move into the final third, where things get even more exciting. This is where Brazil's lineup truly comes alive. With a mix of rising stars and established names, the attacking third is set to give Japan's defense nightmares. On the right wing, Estevao Willian is expected to start again. The teenage sensation completely dazzled in the last game, showing fearlessness, skill, and confidence well beyond his years. Fans and analysts alike were blown away by his dribbling and pace, and he could be the X factor against Japan. Leading the line as the center forward, Matheus Cunha will once again get the nod. His performance against South Korea included a smart assist, and while he isn't yet Brazil's most clinical striker, his movement and work rate add a lot to the team's attack. Ancelotti clearly values his ability to press from the front and link up play. On the left wing, It's impossible to look past Vinícius Jr. The Real Madrid superstar was electric in the last match, scoring once and assisting once. His chemistry with Rodrygo and his ability to terrorize defenses make him one of Brazil's most dangerous weapons. Expect Vini Jr to be the main source of creativity and chaos in this match as well. Finally, sitting in the attacking midfield role, we'll see none other than Rodrygo. In many ways, Rodrygo has become Brazil's new golden boy, capable of playing as a number 10, as a winger, or even drifting into a false 9 role. His intelligence, vision, and technical skill make him the perfect playmaker, and with Casemiro and Bruno covering behind him, he has the freedom to roam and create. So, to sum it all up, here's the predicted lineup for Brazil against Japan. Goalkeeper, Hugo Souza. Right back, Vitinho. Center backs, Eder Militao and Gabriel Magalhaes. Left back, Douglas Santos. Midfielders, Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes. Attacking midfielder, Rodrygo. Right winger, Estevao Willian. Center forward, Matheus Cunha. Left winger, Vinicius Jr.